Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to make a CD or a DVD holder. And this holds 4. So, here's one here, 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 and on the back, and it just folds in like that. And then all I did was I got some shipping labels this size, and I just copied them onto the shipping labels, and I was able to stick it right on top. I like the black and white, it's just clean looking. So what I'm going to do is, first you want to cut the paper. So I've used black and white paper. So you take, it takes 2 of these to make one backing. See? So you cut 2 of these, and then we're going to glue them together. And the other one you want to cut is the white paper. Now the white paper is the inside of this. And it's the glossy photo paper. Alright, so then you cut the same thing. And you cut 4 of these actually off a little bit because it's 10.5 inches. Sometimes it's not exact, but I want to make sure that at least I get this part lined up. So I do this, and then I lay it down, and then I draw. This is a cutout. You're going to draw a cutout, see? So that's how you do that. It's like a smiley face. So what we're going to do is you can take an old binder, you know, like a regular binder for your schoolwork or whatever, and you can use it as your scoring. But I actually have one of these things that I've got from the craft store. It's a measurer, but it's kind of a rubbery, and I just turn it over, and I'm going to use this side of it. We take this paper, and we're going to do this a little bit later, but you're going to actually glue these 2 together, and we'll do that in a moment. But let me show you how to do the scoring. So we've already did our drawing, and we have this. And so on here, on this pattern, what I did was I drew the part that it's going to be folded. See, this is folded here, and this is folded here. And this is what I'm going to send you for your pattern. And so what I did was I drew it out on this, and I actually made the lines longer on each side so I can see to put my ruler down to score. So I line it to the bottom of my sample, and then I have these lines that go extra long on each side so I can see through it. And I take this, line up my lines, and I take a knife or a scoring tool. This is what I use, the back of a knife, and I just go like that. That's how you score it there. And then I brought it the same way on this one, and I score it here. Okay, so now you've got to score it. How easy is that? Then you fold it so where the shiny side is outside. If it's a little crooked, make sure you stick it. And what I do is I have some kind of little cardboard thing that I use to do this, making sure it's nice and straight. And then I fold it like that. Okay? Okay, that's what that's going to look like. This is what, and since I've already drawn it, I'm using these scissors. They're called Scheerschnitze. I know I don't know how to say it very well, but it's for cutting intricate paper. Cut this out. This is where the CD sits in. So you want to do it carefully. You don't want a jagged edge. So make it as smooth as you can. And then I cut it like that. So the reason why I draw it on this side is because then when I turn it over, you don't see the drawing. And if I messed up a little bit, you don't see it. So that's kind of nice. So that's ready to go. We're going to make 4 of these per set. What you're going to do is, I made 4 of these, so I'm ready to go. I have 2 of these, and I have a clean piece of paper underneath because it's going to get messy. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to glue these together. And what I use is I use Mod Podge. This is excellent. I found it's the only thing that works for what I'm doing here. You get a paintbrush, and it washes clean. I've used this before. As long as you wash it out, it stays clean. And I use a cup, and I'm just going to use it to dip my paintbrush in, and then just paint the edge. That's why the paper underneath it is so important. And you just paint it. It dries fairly quickly, but you still have time to work with it and move it around and make it not so globby. Okay, so then you just glue the top to the bottom. Make sure that it's as straight as you can. I have a cup with water to put the brush in because it does get sticky. And I just make sure that it's straight. So I just do this to make sure that I have glued it together straight. Okay, so then I set this aside. It dries fairly quickly. Now I'm getting ready for these. What you want to do is you simply just want to glue the flap down. So I have a rag here, a little bit of glue, and I'm going to put this on here. You do it all the way to the edge. Don't just do the middle. Make sure you get it all the way to the edge, because that's the most important part, to make sure it glues down nicely. And then you just glue it down, and believe me, it sticks rather quickly. See? Perfect. Perfect. This is the best kind of glue to use for any paper materials. So there's that one. And so then I'll do another one here. Very nice. Okay, now what you do is you take this, you can use any side, and then you start to glue these down on top of it. Okay, we're going to start on this end. This is when it gets a little messy with the glue. Okay, right, so we're going to just put it very generously along the edges, because again, this is when it really needs to stick. You don't need a lot, but make sure you have some on there, and it's like it starts to get a little sticky because it's starting to dry. So make sure that you get it on there as good as you can. Okay, I put a little down the middle just to make sure that it seals on the back. Okay, now I'm going to take this with a smiley face facing you, and I carefully set it down. Now it sticks really fast, so you have a little bit of movement you can do, but make sure that when you set it down that there's a little bit around the edge of it so that it's straight. So then I glue it down. You see that there's like a little space in between that allows for the folding process. So then I put that one there, that one's good, and then I'm going to put this one on the end. That'll be easier to try, then I'll put the one in the middle, will be much easier. Okay, so now I'm going to glue the back of this one, same way. And I'm going to let you walk through this part with me so that you know how to do this part. Just all the way to the edge. Make sure that it's a nice clean edge. That's all. And then a little in the middle, because of course it needs to stick to the back really nicely. You don't need much in the back. Okay. And then this will go here. Now again, it dries clear, so if you kind of mess up, you got to pick it up again. That's okay. Okay, and then I glue this down. All right. Now, that leaves me the center, so I just basically put it in the center, leaving the black perfectly even on each side. Okay, so that's what I'll do next. And I keep putting it in water because it makes the brush clean each time you use it, but make sure you dab off as much water. You don't want to put water on the back of this, you just want to use the glue, so make sure you wipe off any excess water off the brush before you put it in the glue. Alright, and so we're almost done with the front part, and we just glue it like, put that on there, and then put a little in the middle. Just a dab will do ya. Okay, and then we just set it down. This is where the crafty part comes in. You just gotta eyeball it to make sure it's right in the middle. Okay, and then glue it down. Make sure it's all nice and glued. And then you want to turn it over. Well, actually, not yet. Let's do a little experiment here. And then you fold it in, on the left side in, down to the middle, because you need to give as much room on the other side as possible as well. So you just kind of do a little bit of a put. Don't crease it too hard, just like a little fold. And then this way. Open this up and go in to the same middle part on this side. Okay. Alright, so now you basically, if you only have one for three, you're done. there's 3, okay? But I'm gonna do 4, and all you do is then, you've already got your crease on the back, so then you take this one and you put it as far to the left as you can, and glue that down. And I set it here. Right to the edge if possible. And also, it makes a very strong case. I got a little glue on top, but it'll dry. And I got off to the side, so that's why you don't have to put too much glue on there. It really spreads. And I got a little, since it's glossy paper, I'm going to use a little bit of water and wipe that off. Got a little bit on top, see it comes right off. So if I got a little glue on there, it wipes right off. Okay, that is it. Check it out. Woohoo! Look at that. And then I just use, you can decorate it however you want, but like I said, I use the label. What I did at first, until I found these labels, because see how nice and rounded they are? They're shipping labels. But what I did was I actually had sticker paper, because you can actually cut your design out and stick it on the front and decorate it up. You can add embellishments to it. You can add stickers. You can make a really cool case. Matter of fact, these would be great for Christmas presents. You can just decorate it up and let people put their own CDs in them. So that's it. That's how you make them. Have a good time making them yourself.